Hello, everyone. Well, I am once again trapped in a random alcove around where I live because of rain. It's raining. Fortunately, this time I managed to get my exercise done first. I had planned to do most of my exercise and then vlog, around the latter half of the exercise, then start vlogging. But then it started raining, so I was like, okay, fuck it. I'm not gonna try and balance a camera while also trying to deliver a vlog. So here we are. Now, as you can see, I've got the format back in order because the accelerometer inside my phone decided to behave for whatever reason. So that's nice. So the footage won't be shaky when I stand around doing nothing because it's raining. As you can see, I've also been shopping. I've got a bunch of groceries. A nice healthy chicken salad, among other things. Not really because it's healthy, but because I like it. Oh, kitty cat. Hey, sweetie. Hi. 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 Oh. She's a pretty cat, but, well, he or she doesn't seem interested. No. Want to go prowling instead. All right. Kill a few birds. Contribute to species extinction. So anyway, I guess I'll follow up on a few of those questions that I didn't get to answer last time. This is a lovely courtyard, by the way. Like, look at this. They've got a place to dry clothes. They've got like a little patio thing, and I think it's like a pavilion up back. I'm jealous. That's cool. So, questions. Right. There's 3 questions, and I'm going to say them out loud now while I still remember them so I don't forget them while I'm rambling. Someone asked me about what I think about the band Gorillaz. We'll tackle that one. Someone asked me if there's any movies I like to watch around Halloween time. That's the second one. And someone asked me for opinions about other League of Legends content creators like Kiandi Mundi or Necrit, and we'll tackle that one last, I think, because that's the spicy one. That's the one where I shit-talk fellow content creators and really create a lot of internet drama that all of us can mine for internet points and views and shit. Not really gonna do that. So, Gorillaz, I remember watching like the first Gorillaz video I ever saw, which was Clint Eastwood, which I think was also like their first real hit back in the day, and being deeply, deeply, deeply fascinated, because I'd never seen Jamie Hewlett's art style before. Like, I hadn't read Tank Girl, I didn't even know like that art styles like that really existed. So for me, that was deeply fascinating, and it was also, because I was a very young kid, some of my first exposure to the idea that you could mix hip-hop with other genres, like that you could do like a sort of prog rock folky song, I'm happy and feeling glad I got sunshine in my, with like legit hip-hop, that it doesn't have to be some kind of hilarious novelty song or anything like that. Fascinating footage I'm giving you here of like concrete floors and stuff, and an umbrella and some groceries and bicycles. We've got lots of bicycles in Denmark. It's lovely. I've lost mine. It got stolen, which kind of sucks because that would be another great way to get exercise, but oh well. But yeah, aesthetically, Gorillaz are interesting because there's been a lot of evolution in their art style over the years, but not massively obvious evolution, but a gradual kind of refinement and progression towards a certain voice, which is, I mean, obviously heavily influenced by hiccups, by Hewlett's art style, but also, like when the Gorillaz first came out, when they first were like a band that came out, they didn't really have a unified aesthetic. Like what they had the art style of Hewlett that kind of tied them all together, in that they all looked like they were drawn by the same guy. I love the stabilization feature on this camera app, but I wish it would have less trouble keeping focus. Like there was that, but aesthetically as a band, as a group, there wasn't really much that tied them together. Like Murdoch and Noodle and Russell just didn't really look like they were from the same visual aesthetic as 2D, for example. And that's something that over the years, more and more and more and more, they've become more and more unified. Like there's become more and more of a sense of cohesion between them, that it feels like even if they don't, have the same fashion style, at least they shop for fashion in the same world, like within the same sensibility and aesthetic, and that's something that I find really fascinating. Yeah, and of course, Noodle, like as a character design, has developed tremendously. I'm a little upset that they've she went from being this like little sort of rascally goblin-like kid to being sexy. Let's be honest. Like they've slowly been making her more and more attractive like that, and I'm a little annoyed by that because she's still. Isn't she still technically 17 or something? Like, I'm never really comfortable with that kind of thing. But yeah, that's the Gorillaz. What was the other one? Right, Halloween movies. I don't have any Halloween movies that I watch because we don't really do Halloween in Denmark. Like, it's not really a thing. It's sort of a thing, like, because it's a commercial opportunity there, and like there's costumes to be sold, so all the toy stores have been pushing it really hard, and the supermarkets have started stocking, like, Halloween candy and pumpkins and shit like that, but it's not really a thing. Like, you don't get trick-or-treaters outside of, like, specific neighborhoods in suburbia might organize around having a trick-and-treat thing for the kids, but none of that American stuff of, like, decorating the house for Halloween and, like, watching scary movies, that's not really a thing here. Not so much, because we don't have that holiday. We have something else in spring called Fastelavn, which is the end of the Catholic fast, which sort of... end or beginning, one of the two, basically became sort of a public festival. It's essentially the carnival, a version of that, but filtered through a more Danish aesthetic, which has a lot of witchcraft influence, like old pagan influence in that particular tradition, and that's where kids get into costume and go around and trick or treat, basically. But we use a different, like, there's different rhymes and songs, and it's not a scary holiday, it's just a dressing up holiday with an absolutely terrible tradition, which fortunately is not practiced anymore. But it used to be a tradition that for entertainment on that particular day, you would trap a black cat and shove it into a barrel and then beat that barrel with bats and sticks until the cat died of stress and injuries. Because black cats are bad luck, and they were associated with witchcraft, and it was called beating the cat out of the drum, basically, or cat out of the barrel. And it was a ritual that was meant to ward off evil eyes and witchcraft and stuff like that, and also murder a cat for no good fucking reason. So nowadays we don't do that anymore. Thank fuck, or I would hate my country so much. But still, the tradition of it's basically like piñatas in the Mexican American tradition. It's basically like that. You get a thing and then you fill it up with candy, and then kids smash the thing with bats until it breaks, and then the candy pours out, and everybody gets to eat candy. So we still do that with barrels rather than with piñatas. But oftentimes those barrels will have a picture of a black cat painted on it. And the kids don't know what that means. They don't know that it used to be we actually murdered cats. But the reference to the tradition is still there. And ever since I learned what the tradition actually was, I have never been able to be comfortable with it, never. I mean, lots of places, like especially schools and stuff, which will have, like, for the younger kids, will have like event days for that kind of thing, where everybody shows up in costume and everybody takes turns beating the barrel. A lot of the time, it'll be like, oh, the kids will paint pictures on the barrel themselves. Sometimes they paint black cats, sometimes they paint other kinds of things. You can get barrels with pictures of Elsa on them nowadays, of course, because hey, merchandising opportunity. So you can smack a Disney princess in the face with a bat. That's a holiday here. But anyway, my point is we don't really have Halloween. And because of that, we don't really have that tradition of watching scary movies on Halloween. So I don't really have that. I don't really do that. And besides, I don't watch scary movies in general. Because if they're like slasher films, like Friday the 13th or something, if they're like the really kind of cheesy, schlocky horror, blood, guts, and gore stuff, then I'm sort of usually kind of, oh, it's just a bunch of violent murder. Okay, like I've never really been able to find a hook and in to be interested in it. But if the movie is genuinely scary, then I have nightmares for days, because I have a very vivid imagination, and if a movie manages to suck me in, I don't have a way to get back out again. Like once the movie is over, I can't get my brain out of the film. Like it's gonna keep cycling around whatever cool ideas were in the movie, whatever scared the shit out of me, and iterate on it and make it even scarier, and then it's nightmares and So for that reason, I don't really have a scary movie tradition. Anyway, last question. Oh God, it's 10 minutes already. God damn, I talk a lot. Last question was my opinions on other League of Legends content creators like Kiandimundi and Nick Crit and stuff like that. And unlike what I said at the start, I'm obviously not going to talk shit about them, because why would I do that? I have no reason to. First of all, Nick Crit is a really nice guy, and he does really nice content. Second of all, I don't know Kiandimundi. I don't subscribe to his content. I don't watch it. I don't know. So I don't have any opinion on that. And also, in general, I don't follow a lot of League-specific content creators. Like, there's Necrit for lore, and there's Foxdrop for gameplay, because Foxdrop is a cool lad. And he does really, even though I don't play a lot of League at all anymore, I play TFT mostly, it's still interesting, like, to hear his thoughts and his gameplay critiques and stuff like that. Plus, he's a good lad. Like, I wouldn't say we're close friends or anything, but we've known each other for a while. Sorry if you watched this, Foxy, and you thought we were close friends. I'd like to be, but I live far away and I don't talk to you a lot, because I don't talk to anyone a lot, because I'm sad and lonely. Anyway, this was not at all where this was supposed to go. But anyway, other League of Legends content creators, like, part of the reason why I started doing the things that I do on my particular YouTube channel, let's get some color into this frame. It's such a nice courtyard. Part of the reason why I started doing what I do on my League of Legends channel was because it seemed like nobody else was doing it at all, like at all. And like, we had Nick Crit, who did a great job, who's like the lore master. He's fantastic at like sussing out the connections and like keeping all the information straight and doing the research and all that hard work that I don't want to do. He's so fucking good at that, but nobody was doing the critique, really. Like, there wasn't someone who was like, okay, let's actually take this shit seriously as art. Let's look at League of Legends lore and actually go, okay, this writing is a little bit shoddy over here, and there's like a lot of unexplained terms, and this isn't working here, but that thing works really well, and I really like that. And the same thing with the artwork, like the splash arts, the character designs. I just wasn't seeing anyone do anything like that, and that was the content that I wanted there. I wanted it to exist, so I started to make it, which was kind of why I started doing League content at all. And there isn't really anyone else who does that, to my knowledge. Like, not for League of Legends, and just like not really for games in general. I mean, maybe my YouTube algorithm just isn't recommending the right people to me, but I just don't feel like I see people who take video game assets and artwork and lore and story and character design seriously as an art form and really go into providing a critical perspective on it. Which is great for me, because it means there was a niche for me to occupy that without a lot of competition in it. But I wish there was more competition, because that I want to subscribe to that. I want to see that shit. But yeah, so those are my opinions on other League of Legends content. Like, a lot of League of Legends content creation is entirely focused around the game and the gameplay. Like, mostly the game and the gameplay. I think Lily Pichu used to do these little lovely lore recap videos, which were fantastically adorable, like everything she does. But the critique, the criticism, like the serious critical engagement with not just League of Legends, but with video game art in general, that I am missing. Because with video games especially, people focus on the gameplay. People focus on reviewing, the gun mechanics in this Call of Duty game are something. I don't know anything about gun mechanics in Call of Duty games, but not a lot about, hey, this is a really drab, boring texture design and like really weird decision to make everything look like mud in this Call of Duty game and sap all the color out of everything. What's up with that? None of that. So yeah. Anyway, I've got some ice cream in this bag right here, because I refuse to suffer in a world without ice cream. But it's probably melting right now. So I should get that upstairs. And I got my exercise today. I'm happy about that. Hopefully I'll be able to get it again tomorrow. The weather has been... the kitty cat is still there. Oh, the kitty cat. Hi, kitty cat. I'm going to get a little wet talking to you. Hey, sweetie. Hi. Oh, Oh, she's running off. They're running off. Hi. Oh, maybe you want to talk? Hi, love. Hi, babe. Oh, we could be convinced, huh? Hi. Oh, look at you with your pretty coat. Hi. How are you? How are you? Hi, pretty. Yeah. Oh. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Hey, gorgeous. Are you out in the rain? You shouldn't be out in the rain. That's no weather for a cat. Oh, she's got a door she can go in. Okay. Is it open? Yeah, she's going in. What a gorgeous little palico. Anyway, see you in the next vlog.